Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's time to inhale that new star smell as we watch Babylon 5 Season 1 Episode 9 already. Get ready for this title, Deathwalker. Oh, friends, friends, this show, these titles, this everything. I'm going to tell you this too. I just started going back and editing the beginning of the season. And now with The Gathering, thank you, all of you, for telling me about it. The knowledge that I gleaned from that and the beginning of the season, all these little nuggets of information that are being dropped now that I know I'm missing a ton, but I'm getting a couple of them now and I can see the context and the relationships. Oh, friends, I think JMS is cooking. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to board Babylon 5. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But my dear friends, all that stuff is then and this is now, and now it's time to watch Babylon 5 Season 1 Episode 9, Deathwalker. This show. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Love this show. I've been taking so many notes in editing. Oh, friends, I've uncovered already some stuff. I can't wait.
I wish to engage your services.
For what? Ambassador, I'd be happy to assist you, but there are certain details I must know before taking any commission. Not to mention getting clearances from the...
All arranged. We will meet in Red 3 at the hour of scampering.
The hour of scampering?
The hour of scampering.
I'm with you, Talia. The hour of scampering.
Liner Callisto will be docking in Bay 12 in 7 minutes.
I like her character. She was dope in Parliament of Dreams.
Deathwalker.
Deathwalker. It's a... Deathwalker! Oh my god, what? She's going to kill.
Let me go! Die, she's Deathwalker! Deathwalker! Take it easy.
Oh my god, did she kill her? Damn near.
It was the dawn.
Dr. Franklin, I hope you're stretched and you got your wind because you're on in 5.
The Babylon Project was a dream given form.
I get chills hearing this now.
It's a port of call, home away from home for diplomats.
So many things that I didn't put together when I'm editing now. Catherine asking about the Minbari ritual during Parliament of Dreams. Oh, it's also, yeah, it's a renewal, but it's also marriage. What? Yeah.
The year is 2258. The name of the place
is Babylon 5. I was delivered this show by all of you at the absolute perfect time. Ending The Expanse, one of my favorite shows ever, with an incredible story, and then being able to jump into something else with also a very constructed and obviously defined and storyboarded tale. Oh my god, it's just perfect. It's an actual perfect timing for me. Oh, you all are the best. Thank you so much. I'm so into this. It's bi-weekly now. So.
According to her ship ID, her name is Gyla Lobos. She's a...
Gyla Lobos.
Nothing intelligible. She was totally berserk when we hauled her in. Kept yelling, Deathwalker.
Deathwalker.
I thought you might remember that name. I know I do.
What is it? Come on, guys. Don't play coy.
We want to help you, but you have to tell us why.
It is Shankar.
Shankar.
Deathwalker used them in her experiments. They all died. Except my grandfather, who managed to escape back to Narn. But not before she implanted a machine in his brain. It slowly killed his mind and spirit. And we could do nothing but watch.
Holy hell.
It was 30 Earth years ago. If Deathwalker was alive today, she'd be an old woman.
Her face is carved into the minds of my entire brood. I smell my grandfather's blood on her hands.
Okay.
Let me assure you that I am personally prepared to make amends to her victim.
Her victim is still in med lab. If she lives, I'll convey your offer.
I see.
Guards, take Ms. Natath to Ambassador Jakar's quarters. She's not to leave for any reason.
Yes, sir. You have my gratitude, Commander. Now talk!
I love Jakar. I love Jakar. He is absolutely hands down my favorite. I like the Narn. I think that's just like a blanket statement for me at this point.
Oh, gosh. You old dog. You didn't tell me you were bringing a date.
I'll be sitting in on the negotiations on behalf of Ambassador Kosh.
There's no way she's still a P5. No way.
Please scan, Abbott. Report to me his thoughts at present.
Oh, goody. Nothing like a good mind scan to clear the old processor.
Miss Winters?
Nothing.
He has no thoughts at all. It's as if his mind were empty.
Crab. Nebula.
Crab Nebula?
How is she?
Better than she should be, considering the ferocity of her attack. Metabolism is astounding. It's repairing the damage at an extremely accelerated rate.
Keeping her young?
Her DNA doesn't match anything we've got on file.
She's a Dilgar.
Dilgar?
Dilgar is a dead race. Those few that were left after the invasion died when their sun went nova.
Computer, load history file, EA-2230, reference Deathwalker.
This show, man. Holy shit.
The most infamous leader of the Dilgar invasion of the non-aligned sectors in 2230. Rank, War Master.
War Master.
There might be another explanation. No, computer.
Did she get...
Scan subject for any sign of cryonic freezing or body alteration.
Right, yeah. Plastic surgery.
A Dilgar uniform.
Rank, War Master, and the nameplate reads Jador. Natath was right. It's her.
Holy shit.
Doesn't look like any kind of drug I've ever seen. Doc?
Keeping her young?
My father flew for Earth Force during the Dilgar invasion.
Shit.
Commander, you have a gold channel transmission from Senator Hidoshi.
On my way.
My God, there's so much going on.
Until we figure out what's going on, I don't want any rumors running around this station.
This is insanity. There's so much shit going on.
Our agents learned of a discovery she made which would be of great value to our regime. But after your attack on her, Harrock could not hope to approach her without drawing the attention of Earth Alliance, and left me to secure this discovery of hers.
Huh.
This is larger than Shankar. It would give Narn the advantage it needs to expand the regime and crush our enemies.
What is it?
I'll delay the Shankar, but I will not abandon it.
You would not be Narn if you did. I am proud of you. And when we get what we want from this butcher, I promise to help you fulfill your vow.
God, I love those so much. So cool. So much shit. So much mystery going on here.
Yes, and recovering.
Excellent. When she's fit to travel, you will send her to Earth immediately.
What?
This woman might be the Dilgar war criminal, Deathwalker.
Deathwalker is long dead.
Uh-huh. She's got something that all the powers want.
All information in this matter is on a need-to-know basis, and you do not need to know.
So the Narn want her. Terrans want her. Let's see what happens. Like, if everybody starts coming forward, like Minbari, everybody's like, we need her. She's got something good.
Is what true?
They say you have Deathwalker in custody.
You should know better than to listen to rumors, Ambassador.
To the Centaur. I mean, oh my God, what does she have?
I'm Commander Jeffrey Sinclair. You asked to speak to me?
She knows his name already.
Doctor, will you give us a moment, please?
Sure, it's my med bay, but, you know, whatever.
You know the way of command. Yes, the Windswords are right to fear you.
What do you know about the Windswords?
Windswords?
They have sheltered me for many years.
What the fuck is going on?
They speak of you often, Sinclair. They say you have a hole in your mind. I am War Master Jador of the Dilgar.
Deathwalker?
Oh my God, this is insane.
A universal anti-agapic.
I'm not familiar with the term.
Anti-aging.
It's a serum which retards the aging process and prevents disease. It's still unstable and difficult to produce in sufficient quantity, but it works.
Immortality?
The secret is mine, Sinclair. And with the help of your Earth, I will bring it to all the worlds of this galaxy before the year is out.
You want to make everyone immortal?
Does Saturn have rings?
The talks are over for the day. We shall commence again tomorrow at the hour of longing.
Suits me.
Hour of longing. What the fuck? Too much stuff. What am I doing here?
I've been scanning Mr. Abbott all day, and his mind is still just as empty as when we started. And these phrases you keep speaking in, they don't make any sense.
You seek meaning.
Yes.
Don't we all? That would be awesome.
Then listen to the music, not the song.
Listen to what the fuck?
Mr. Abbott, can you tell me what these negotiations are all about?
I already have a page of notes.
A problem?
No. I'm just tired. I think I'll go back to my quarters and rest for a while.
There's no way she's still P5.
Book Universe on level 5 is pleased to announce a
Oh, this is Delenn's attaché or assistant.
With Ambassador Delenn off station, I need...
No Delenn.
A brilliant scientist specializing in biogenetics and cyberorganics, but she was also a brutal and sadistic warrior, personally responsible for countless deaths.
The Toth said the... She also says it was the Wind Swords who sheltered her after the invasion.
The Wind Swords. They are the most militant of all our warrior castes.
I knew it was Minbari.
I also ask that you keep this information confidential for the time being.
You may rely on my discretion, Commander.
I don't trust anybody anymore. I like that character and I don't trust him.
If Earth Alliance hadn't taken a hand in our invasion, we might have helped your kind wipe the Centauri out completely.
You are also well informed, Jadur, but we are not through with the Centauri yet.
Grant me one more thing, and I'll consider it.
Name it.
The head of the animal that attacked me.
Oh, man. Those eyes.
Shador infected the entire population of Lotic 4 with Stafford's plague just to see how long it'd take them all to die. She wiped out entire races, destroyed whole planets, experimented on living beings. Now she wants to make everybody immortal?
She's like a Nazi doctor.
Ivanova's right. This one's too big for us. I want Shadur's ship recharged and a fighter escort ready in 1 hour. We'll take her through Blue 5 to avoid any attention.
Her discovery will bring a future free of disease, aging, death, all across the galaxy. She can save more lives than she took. And she can make the deaths she caused have meaning.
If she means this.
Better pray to that god of yours. You're right, Jeff. Any of the League ambassadors find out about this deal, they'll tear Babylon 5 to pieces.
Garibaldi, atheist?
One of our agents has just informed me that Sinclair is going to smuggle Jadur off the station.
What?
Damn, we have some civs in the Terran side.
Ambassador Jakar to speak to Ambassador Kalika on a most urgent matter.
One moment, Ambassador.
Who's the other ambassador?
Your ship is recharged. We'll give you a fighter escort to the Vortex, and an Earth Force vessel will meet you on the other end.
Most efficient. I commend you.
Dr. Franklin has confirmed the potential of your discovery, but why give it to Earth?
Right.
Earth who turned the tide against my race. Thus it is fitting that you benefit from your conquest.
It's not true.
The Windsors said you were sentimental. A fatal flaw in a warrior. My race is gone. Their names cursed in history. Even my homeworld no longer exists. I am the last of the Dilgar. Delicious irony, don't you think? That those who cursed us will have to thank us for the rest of time.
I mean, I guess. I'm not sure anybody's thinking this shit through. I mean, immortality and no disease sounds fantastic, but you know what doesn't? Is feeding everybody when nobody dies anymore. Population will go through the roof. Uh-oh. That's who he contacted.
I'm sure Earth Alliance will welcome all your representatives to discuss this matter. However, Jadur is in my custody, and I have orders to send her to Earth. Orders I cannot disobey.
You will have to kill us all first.
Wow.
Very well. We'll convene in 3 hours. Jadur will be held in maximum security until then.
I don't know the name of that race yet. The fish, like salamander.
Mr. Garibaldi, escort this woman back to her holding quarters and double the guard on her.
Man, heavy is the head, Jeff. Jesus.
Miss Winters, So lovely to see you again.
I always think that they're testing her. Like, they need to, like, see how much Talia can, like, glean or take.
But with my vote and the Minbari vote, the council will be deadlocked and the League will have the deciding vote.
What about Kosh?
He refuses to participate as usual.
Sure, the Minbari will vote for a trial.
There's no reason for them not to, and they're an honorable people.
We'll see. They sheltered her.
I've said some things.
Forget it. He didn't say anything I hadn't thought myself.
I love their dynamic.
Oh, I shouldn't listen to rumors, huh?
Best to handle this quietly.
Great job.
Londo is the best.
Have you spoken with Ambassador Delenn?
Yes, Commander. And I have been given instructions.
He's gonna vote. He's gonna vote not the way they want. There's a lot of shit going on in this episode that I know is going to mean major, major shit later because there's just too much. Everyone's involved. Bringing in the assistants, too, is the number one Delenn's off station, and we've got Lanier coming in to do this. I love that. I love having, like, backups and different dynamics.
Ambassador Calico, representing the League of Non-Aligned Worlds, will make the opening statement.
Non-aligned worlds.
And brought their leaders to justice. All but one. Have unanimously decided that Jadur be tried for her crimes against sentience. That trial to be held here on Babylon 5 as soon as possible. The Advisory Council approve this decision.
Okay, that's awesome information. The non-aligned worlds.
Because she has committed no crime against our republic, I must reluctantly vote no.
But in purple, I look stunning.
The Narn regime is noted for its keen sense of justice. Therefore, we vote yes. On one condition, that the trial be held on Narn.
The Narns have no right to try Jadur. We are well aware of their involvement with her.
Yeah.
Their proposal is unacceptable.
You can't extradite her to Narn.
Regime also votes no.
Well.
On behalf of Earth Alliance, I vote yes.
As the Minbari were not a part of this conflict, we have no right to judge her. We must therefore vote no.
Woo!
I'm afraid we must find some other solution.
This is outrageous. Commander Sinclair, you have always said that our worlds have a voice here.
Did you see my vote?
We will no longer be dictated to by the very powers who aided this woman's atrocities. We withdraw from this assembly.
Damn, real bad. That is real, real bad. Yeah, that's so bad Londo didn't even have a smart-ass quip.
I am sorry, Commander. I have caused this evil woman to escape her just fate.
The Windswords did shelter her, didn't they?
They did.
When we went to war with Earth, the Windswords came to the Council with weapons, terrible weapons, created by this monster.
Really?
And like all secrets long kept, we cannot bear the shame of admitting it now.
Ooh. This is so deep. This is so delicious. They are weaving such depth and intrigue. Oh my God. So many layers, so many moving parts.
Something is coming through the jump gate.
What else is gonna happen in this episode? Holy shit! Look at this.
Drazi Sunhawk. Also,
Sunhawk.
open up a comm channel with the Drazi vessel station.
Drazi.
Babylon 5, this is Makara Shock. In the name of the Drazi Freehold, I demand immediate extradition of the war criminal Jadur.
Oh my God. Babylon 5 can't catch a break to save its life, literally.
Scanner show weapons charged and coming to bear.
All gunner race target Drazi ship.
All right, let's see what Babylon 5 can do here.
Our gunner rays are now fixed on your ship. They will fire the instant you come into range. You'll find their power quite impressive. For a few seconds.
For a few seconds. Ivanova, you tell him, Susan.
Lieutenant Commander, there's another surge in the vortex.
Oh no. What in the... Those ship designs are wild.
There are more League ships on the way.
Can you stall them?
I can try, but...
Do it.
How? Don't attack or will attack? That's...
We do not put much faith in Babylon 5 diplomacy. I fear we will soon be severing our ties with this place.
There's something you should know before making that decision.
Yeah, you gotta tell her at this point. Oh my god, we're circled.
Well, I've managed to get the ship captains engaged in a debate over who has the best claim to Jadur. The winner will be the first to attack.
Creative.
Creative. It was.
The League ships are moving out of firing range.
Oh, that's not great.
But we're not out of this yet. Stay on alert. I'll be in closed session with the League.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Lieutenant Commander.
Yeah, hell of a good job. Yeah, take a little pride in that, Susan. You saved Babylon 5 right there.
A stroke of the brush does not guarantee art from the bristles. Do you understand, Miss Winters?
This is all for her. They are trying to awaken something. That's not the guy that was... Whoa.
Kosh, old boy, a pleasure as always.
What the absolute...
What is he?
Yeah.
And what was on that data crystal he gave you?
Reflection, surprise, terror. For the future.
Gosh, what the fuck are you up to, dude?
They concur with his assessment. A most astounding discovery. But Deathwalker must still be punished for her crimes.
I agree. I propose the League of Worlds choose a coalition of scientists to assist her. When this coalition is satisfied, the serum is ready. Jadur will be turned over to the League for trial.
Love it. Love it. That's a really good one. Send your own scientists, keep it fair.
As for the Council, it's already made its decision. This agreement is between Earth and the League. Just as it was 30 years ago when we helped you to defeat this woman and her people.
Well, staying friends.
It is fair.
Yeah, it is. It's a great compromise.
And wise.
Nice job, Jeff. Jeff's not bad at this. I mean, he's really not bad at this. They have got a fucking killer staff on Babylon 5. Oh, she's putting on the uniform. Oh, God, just to stoke the flames.
It will only cost you your command. It is the way of things, Sinclair.
We'll see.
The superior controls the inferior. In the final analysis, we've won.
I don't think so.
Man, she is a Nazi. Space Nazi.
The key ingredient in the anti-agapic cannot be synthesized. It must be taken from living beings.
That's why she did all those experiments.
You will fall upon one another like wolves. It will make what we did pale by comparison.
To power it?
Billions who live forever will be a testimony to my work, and the billions who are murdered to buy that immortality will be the continuance of my work.
Wow.
Get her the hell off my station.
I'm liking Jeff more and more. Watch her blow up. Gosh, what the fuck are you up to, bud? He wants to see it. She's gonna blow up.
Stand by to activate the...
Lieutenant Commander, something's coming through the...
Uh-huh.
It's a Vorlon ship.
Well, all's well that ends well, huh?
Why?
You are not ready for immortality.
Ooh. Oh, I got chills. Holy shit. You are not ready for immortality.
I think I may be having a problem with Ambassador Kosh.
Join the club.
Right?
Yesterday, Kosh hired me to mediate on a business deal, but nothing about it made sense. They spoke in riddles, and I kept getting these images in my head.
What kind of images?
You in a hall of mirrors.
Funny little guy with a big hat, drinks Jovian sunspots?
Yes, that's him. Do you know him?
He's a vicar.
It's a slang term from old Earth tech, a VCR. Living recorders, part machine, part sentient.
Several of the alien races use them. They can record just about anything. Sights, sounds, biorhythms, thought patterns.
It was all on her. Yep.
The Vorlons are leery of telepaths. If Kosh knows what you fear the most, he can use it against you in the future.
And he knows what your capabilities are.
Bastard Kosh has been a busy boy today.
He really has.
They say God works in mysterious ways.
Maybe so. But he's a con man compared to the Vorlon.
What a line! Wow. Holy shit. What an episode. All right, everyone. We just finished watching Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 9, Deathwalker, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody. We just finished watching Episode 9 of the first season of Babylon 5, Deathwalker. Wow. There was so much in this episode. I'm not even sure where to start. Okay, so the Deathwalker was our narrative sort of touchstone for this one. So everybody had a stake in the game when it came to Deathwalker, whether it be some type of, obviously some type of hatred was the prominent kind of connection that everybody had, that the Deathwalker had done terrible things, especially to the non-aligned worlds, which is interesting. And then in addition to that, each one of the major powers had something to do with her, whether that be, not doing anything with her, allying with her, or allying with her, the Dilgar. I think the Narn did that, and then the Centauri had relations, and then of course the wind swords from the Minbari sheltered her. Okay, so everybody had, and the only race on the council that fought her were the Terrans, and that's when they joined up with to help the non-aligned worlds. A ton of political backdrop there, a ton, kind of setting up, exactly in a weird way. I think it establishes a hierarchy too within the ruling body. We talked about it before, but this really kind of shows that the Centauri, the Narn, and the Minbari are definitely above Earth. Earth is like the little kid sister, little kid brother at the table here for the council, with the non-aligned worlds really having little more than a shout, not even like a real voice. They can aggressively get noticed, but other than that, it's almost like they're dismissed. And I think it's just the matter of happenstance and Earth's involvement that they are elevated above the non-aligned worlds, because I'm speculating, but I'm pretty sure we're going to find out that Earth's inclusion was sort of like, part of a deal, part of a treaty, part of something. I wouldn't be surprised that when the Earth-Minbari war was over, it was the Minbari that said, no, I think Earth needs to be part of the ruling council if we're going to have like the idea behind Babylon 5, an area where we can all talk and, make sure that, full war doesn't break out again. I think that their elevation was for reasons that are still shadowy to me, but Earth, I think that in the grand scheme of things, when the Narn, the Minbari, and the Centauri think about Earth, they pretty much lump them in with the non-aligned worlds. I don't think that they think of them as anything more than a vote. No, I think that they look at them more like, you're an asset. You've got military units, you've got things, you've got that type of you're at that stage of the game. You're not at advanced politics or world building or, rule of the universe or anything like that. You're just kind of like a little warlord type of planet that happens to have a little bit of muscle associated with you. That's how I think that the Narn, the Centauri, and the Minbari think about Earth, if you kind of cut down through everything, because their disrespect of the non-aligned worlds seem way more. Obviously Sinclair did a really good job of diplomacy with them, but at the same time, it's like the other worlds don't give a shit. The other ruling council members, they don't give a shit about the non-aligned worlds, and they're looking at them pretty much the way I'm assuming like the Dilgar looked at them, as something to conquer, assets to claim, territory to annex. You know what I mean? This episode gave us both the broad strokes of political history and sort of like, affiliation and understanding behind Babylon 5, while at the same time giving us the current temperature of that established kind of hierarchy. It's incredibly complex, you know, because I mean, it's complex because of the unknowing. You're not sure exactly like who's working with who or when they worked with who or who betrayed who in the past or any of those things. When we're starting to see, you know, obviously the kind of in your face one is the Narn and the Centauri don't like each other, and you know, and they're working on a war between one another. But when you start folding in these other races and you start folding in the past, then we're learning a lot more. There's a lot of similarities between like the Narn and the Centauri, like their approaches. We had talked about it before. It's empire on the you know, incline and an empire on the decline with the Narn and the Centauri respectively. But then again, you learn about the Minbari. The Minbari are kind of presented as this like, you know, very like clean-faced, you know, like almost angelic type of race, you know. They seem benevolent, they seem wise and just. I don't buy that shit for a second, because when you talk about a group called the Wind Swords, oh, they're the most militant aspect of our group. Okay, that's fine, but you've got a militant aspect of your society that has that type of clout, that they can shelter a universal war criminal and it's okay. You know, okay. So again, I'm not being what they're saying is one thing, but what they're doing is something very, very different. You know, it's really an interesting proposition, you know, to put yourself in like Sinclair's shoes. Put yourself in like the voice of Earth on Babylon 5. You know, to negotiate these waters is very treacherous, because you're dealing with races with thousands of years of established interaction. I'm assuming thousands of years of established interaction in history that we're coming into without the, you know, the hindsight of this history's knowledge. And so, you know, on the fly, I mean, I'm sure surface level stuff they did know about the Wind Swords holding on to Deathwalker. I mean, that's intel that had escaped basically everybody. Very, very interesting. So we've got that whole thing that was basically dropping in the Deathwalker, who was basically like a Nazi doctor, dropping in the Deathwalker with this grand jewel for the universe: immortality, disease-free living. And then you have Kosh make his move, which I thought was a delicious B plot in this one that also bled right into the A. Fantastic writing, fantastic storyboarding. What a payoff at the end, too. J. Michael is he's got an understand. I mean, this guy knows it. He knows. I mean, I never had any doubt. I mean, he's incredibly successful, but to see this in practice and in play is much different than knowing that somebody can do it, seeing them do it. This is basically what we're doing with the characters. You know, we're not listening to what we've heard about. You know, everybody's been telling me, oh, Babylon 5, it's so well put together. I take all that and I hear that. I'm like, cool, man, I can't wait to, you know, experience that. But then when you experience it and you go, wow, everybody wasn't shitting. This thing is absolutely constructed. I mean, amazing. Absolutely love it. I mean, I literally couldn't love what they're doing anymore. But I could talk forever on this, but let's end with Kosh. I have 2 pages of notes. Unreal stuff. So with Kosh obviously brought a boot, or whatever his name is, to record the responses that Talia was receiving. Now, this begs the question too. Was it their words that were triggering these weird responses and these weird flashes that she was getting in her mind? Or was there some type of external pressure being put on her telepathic powers? Was Kosh doing like almost like a hypnotic suggestion or like a telepathic trigger? I'm not putting anything past Kosh. Kosh is a complete unknown. I mean, we anybody that's seen Kosh or interacted with Kosh, our original doctor and the original telepath that was on board for the gathering, were shipped back to Earth to work directly for the president, because they were the ones that had witnessed or experienced what it was underneath the exosuit for Kosh. This is crazy stuff to me. You know, I mean, we got almost the Pulp Fiction MacGuffin that like when the suit's open, like light pours out of it and everything. But again, I'm not assigning any type of like physical characteristics, race. I'm not convinced personally. I'm not convinced that Kosh isn't. If we don't, nobody knows anything about the Vorlon. Nobody knows anything about what they look like. You know, nobody has seen one of these guys. My whole thing is you may have seen them all the time. You may see them every day you walk down the station. I'm not unconvinced that they aren't another race. They could be a Minbari. They could be a Zarn or a Narn or a Centauri. Hell, they could be Earth. I don't think they could be because they've been around much longer than Earth's been. From what I understand, from what Earth has been involved with, the galactic scale and everything, but I'm not taking anything off the table. JMS said, really has gone out of his way to be like, look, this race is unknown. I am not going to reinforce any type of belief, I'm not going to give you any details that are reinforced about this race. I'm going to continue to give you questions and to make their motivations nebulous at best. And so when you look at that, I mean, you think Kosh is abstaining from he's one of the ranking members on the council. He abstains from everything. He doesn't show up for anything. And, I say he when I'm talking about Kosh because everybody else does. We don't know that either. We don't know gender, if the Vorlon have, binary gender systems. We know nothing about this guy. Fucking nothing. And that's the greatest thing to me because, you have this very unique looking individual, a very awesome, like with the exosuit and all that stuff. And so, immediately there's the generated air of intrigue with Kosh is it's apparent from the very moment that we meet him in the gathering. Absolutely, we're right there, from the jump, big question mark. And so with all of that, no motivations made unclear. They killed you. It's almost like they're acting as like the policemen or like the watchdogs, guard dogs for the universe. You are not ready for immortality. Okay, well, that speaks that the Vorlon are. You know what I mean? It's like you are not ready for immortality because if the universe wasn't ready for immortality, Kosh would have said, we are not ready for immortality. That's why we made that decision. That's why the Vorlon came through and killed that. We believe strongly that the universe as it stands is not ready for immortality. But he didn't say that. He said, you are not ready for immortality. And that is very different. That is a very differently constructed sentence with a very different proven point at the end of it. Incredible stuff. And Talia obviously was a problem for him. And I'm wondering why. Again, the other telepath was shipped back to the president, was shipped back to Earth. So now I think that Kosh is understanding there is a danger with these telepaths, at least for him, to the point where he needed to go through this whole rigmarole with a butt and all that stuff to get something on Talia, whether it's to check her strengths, kind of probe her, or like Sinclair speculated or whoever speculated, to get some dirt on her, to get something to use against her, something that you're afraid of. Incredible episode. Absolutely the most dense one that we have had. We had all of the races represented. I know Delenn wasn't on station, but Lanier was there. Incredible stuff. It really took the pulse of current politics. I couldn't love it anymore. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Babylon 5. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But my dear friends, all that is then, this is now, and now it's time for us to say goodbye. And as is our purview here on the channel, we always like to, we're the Greek chorus. We have watched this episode, this incredible episode. We have taken in the information as cloudy as it is that was provided. But it is our job now to spread that information and hopefully get a few more fans of Babylon 5, of which I consider myself a novice, but also growing in knowledge. So we get to say, as our reward for watching and being the audience, we get to say goodbye from somewhere inside the station or somewhere inside this episode. So where should we say goodbye from? Well, friends, I say we say goodbye from the council chambers, right after the vote, right after everybody said, no, 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 yes. Our job now is truly as observers. We look back, we look at the non-aligned worlds, we look at the Narn, the Minbari, the Centauri, Earth. How do they look on the surface? And is that surface truth or falsehood? Friends, I bet you it's a little bit of both. I can't wait to find out. Until such time, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.